Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters, member FDIC. And the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, sponsoring our male and female athletes of the week for the last decade. Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, drive new roads, drive a Chevy. Go to Salisbury High School, home of the Panthers, and head basketball coach Kenny Wyatt. Coach Wyatt, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Coach, tremendous season coming off of obviously a tremendous season with the defending Class 2 state champions. Tell us a little bit about it, 27-2, what you guys are doing really well right now.
Well, I think right now probably our best thing that we're doing the best is probably our defense. Last night we really struggled in the sectional game on offense and did a really nice job defensively holding Tipton on their floor to just 36 points.
Coach, kind of compare this year's team at 27-2. What are the similarities, maybe some of the differences between this year's team and last year's team that made that state championship run?
Well, I think really probably the biggest difference is our bench. We're not near as deep as we were last year. We had 4 kids coming off the bench till we lost London White, and then we had to have our 6-man had to become a starter in Mason Stapleton. But we're not as deep. We're not getting as many points off the bench, even though, we're trying to play some guys. And that's probably our biggest thing in big games against really good opponents. We're really not scoring many points off from our bench.
And at this time of the year, obviously everything is, it's relative. Everybody's got bumps and bruises and, maybe a little sore ankles or whatever. But outside of just the normal wear and tear, you guys relatively healthy?
Yeah, at this point, we're relatively healthy. We're going to be really light today, maybe a scout and report type practice, and then we'll get back to it tomorrow and Friday for preparing for Saturday's game.
And you've played, a Harrisburg team in the past. Tell us a little bit about what you know about Harrisburg and what you're going to have to do to come out on top.
Well, really good defensively. Got some guys that can shoot the ball, and then Trace Combs is a really nice player that's capable of putting up a bunch of points. And we did a really nice job on him in our conference game a couple of weeks ago. We held him to 10 and was able to sneak out with an 8-point victory against them. So, we're just very familiar with them, and they're very familiar with us. We played them in the district championship game the last 2 seasons, plus the conference game, and then, of course, the game we've had this year. So nobody's going to surprise anybody on anything. It's just going to be a dogfight to the end, and who would happens to have that 3, 4, 5-point lead just at the right time in the fourth quarter will probably come out on top.
Now, tell us, this game is scheduled to take place 2:00 on Saturday. What are you doing between now and then to kind of get ready? And obviously, I don't believe you have to travel, do you?
No, it's at our place. We had a district was at Glasgow, and then last night we had to go to Tipton. So we get the home game. From Harrisburg's standpoint, of course, their district was at Clopton, and they had to go to Canton last night. So they've kind of got a tough road, having to play both road games in the sectional and the quarterfinal with the way the state's doing it now. And I'm not a big fan of it, even though I know we got the home court advantage coming up on Saturday. I really think the sectional and quarterfinal games need to be on neutral sites. And kind of like I said earlier, it'd be kind of light today, maybe a shooting practice, scout and report type stuff, and get back to it on Thursday and Friday.
Saturday night when you go to scoreboardguy.net or the Missouri Sports Network and you read that Salisbury has defeated Harrisburg, what are 1 or 2 stats maybe that you're going to point to and say, hey, this is why we won this game? Maybe it's turnovers, rebounds, 3-point percentage. What are 1 or 2 stats you're really looking at?
Well, I think one, our big 3 got to have good games. Francis and Woolridge and Stapleton had nice games to beat a really good New Franklin team Saturday in the district championship game. And last night, Woolridge and Francis both struggled offensively. We're going to have 3 pretty solid games out of those guys. I think those 3 are going to have to be in double figures. And the thing with Harrisburg, one of their consistencies, they'll pick you up and put some full court pressure on you, and you not only got to handle it, but you got to score out of it. You got to score some buckets out of it. And so I think those 3 guys offensively having the games they need to have, and then turnovers, like you said. We turned the ball away too much, especially in the first half last night. We got to do a better job against that, against a team that's going to apply some pressure. And then rebounding also is important in 50-50 balls. I think, those loose balls, who comes up with those? Those just hustle plays and things. And we did a really good job in the fourth quarter last night because we were tied going in the fourth quarter last night and was able to pull that out. So, I kind of think rebounding, turnovers, and our big three having nice offensive games.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, I know you guys have got to get to practice right now, and I told you I wouldn't keep you very long. I hope I didn't go over and cost you to miss any practice time, but I greatly appreciate you being available for this and having been generous with your time here over the last couple of years.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.